We have more on the fallout from Occupy Wall Street protests here in New York. As we saw earlier, the deadline for those protesters to clear their site has now just been pushed back.
Yes, it has. But Occupy Wall Street has inspired close to 150 similar demonstrations in other cities, including Chicago. CBS News contributor Mo Rocca visited the protesters there.
In Chicago, the size of the crowds may not compare to those in lower Manhattan, but the noise they're making has been hard to ignore.
We are the 99%!
From this street corner across from Chicago's Board of Trade, students, teachers, Teamsters, and the jobless have turned up every day for 3 weeks, rain or shine. And this is the first time you felt compelled to get up and protest something?
Yeah. It's the first actual protest that's meant something to me.
Critics say it's not at all clear what the protesters want. So we asked them, what do you want?
I want to tax the rich. I want there to be equality in this nation.
What do you want?
I want people to pay up. I want banks to pay up. I want jobs created.
Wall Street has got, their bailout. Main Street needs theirs now.
Clem Balanoff is a Chicago native and protest veteran.
I've been in demonstrations since I've been a kid. In 1963, my parents took me to Washington, D.C. to march with Dr. King.
What would you call this right now? Is this a protest? Is it a movement?
Well, I think that the hope is that it will become a movement of people that feel disenfranchised by our government in many respects. It's very personal. I think that kind of personal connection also helps build movements.
99% of the people in America can find something in here that they can root behind and stand behind.
Since Occupy Wall Street began in mid-September, more than 145 cities have joined the cause. Each location updated online through the website occupytogether.org.
The content of the protest, the substance of it is about inequality, and there's definitely an increase in inequality in American society.
University of Chicago economist and Nobel laureate James Heckman says taxing the rich at a higher rate would barely put a dent in the federal deficit, but it could boost morale.
I think what it would do, and I think there is some benefit to this, is that it would create more of a society of inclusion.
If you were out there protesting, what would your sign read?
My sign, if I were out protesting, would probably read, "Think long term." I guess I would be out there. I would actually feel that the real protests should be directed against the politicians who are trying Band-Aids, who are trying fixes that look good, that sound good, that maybe look like something's being done, but are not tackling. I realize that's not going to be a winning banner. It's not going to have lots of people.
Mo Rocca, CBS News, Chicago.